Hi, my name is Jay McCarl. That's Jaymccarl, and I read the Annapolis Capital newspaper, and I really noticing that the paper has changed a lot in recent years. I've read some things about it and some things I'm not privy to, but I just pick it up to glance at the front page and check the high school sports, and I noticed that the sports section gets buried a lot more because there's only two sections instead of three or four. I noticed that it's thinner. I noticed that the paper feels different because I think I read that they subcontract out the printing now. They don't do their own printing to try to save money through one of the Washington Post printers. And I also noticed that the lead story is no longer a story, but rather a coupon and a deal at the top of every paper. So it's an advertisement and a coupon rather than a lead story. Um, and I think it has changed a lot. I don't think it has as many ads as it used to. I just think it's a lot thinner. But the reason I like it is because it's a hometown paper. And I got high school sports locally and local news. I still go online, but that's more national news, and it's a little more um, almost junky stories, more like tabloid kind of stuff to catch your interest when you go onto your servers. So I get a little turned off by all that, but I still like the paper just to flip through it, and but it's definitely changing. It's definitely changing, and I'm not sure how they can keep up the quality reporting and quality journalism because I'm sure their budgets are shrinking.
How do you feel, if any, that this affected you?
Well, I grew up in a house where we read the paper. On Sunday, we'd read the comics, and we'd always have a newspaper around. And I knew because I was a Cub Scout and I had to haul them away in newspaper drives. But so it's a change in behavior. I'm spending more time instead of behind a newspaper. I'm behind a computer and checking email, and occasionally they'll have some story on the homepage of Yahoo or whatever the server is to catch my interest, and I'll click on that. But honestly, I'm not sure it has changed me a lot. I would be sad to see it go, but I feel myself going more to the computer more than the newspaper to get news anyway because it's faster, it's more up to date. They could have news from an hour ago as opposed to news from yesterday. And so in some ways it's more advantageous, but in other ways you lose the hometown local feel to things. It's more corporate. Um, it's just more cut and dried business rather than local community. It doesn't feel like community stuff as much as more national, international, and just business.